Harris versus Ernest Del Casal. Please check in.
Morning, Your Honor. Kurt Harris on behalf of plaintiffs.
Morning, Judge Alda Anderson, Mr.
Michael Franklin.
Mr. Franklin.
All right. Council, this case was originally under Judge Jones. It was reversed by the Supreme Court. There was rehearing denied at the Supreme Court and satisfaction of judgments were filed. So what's the status currently?
Satisfaction of judgment was filed on behalf of Mr. Del Casal.
Okay.
Mr. Franklin has yet to satisfy the judgment. And so on remand, the Supreme Court remanded an issue of attorney's fees and only attorney's fees for additional finding. And so what we're requesting from the court is a briefing schedule to brief the attorney's fees issue, and that would fully resolve the case. Whether Your Honor wants to set it for oral argument or just to resolve on the pleadings, we would leave that to the court's deference, but that's what we're asking for here today on that remand.
Okay, Ms. Anderson.
Judge, I reviewed this judgment. And as Mr. Harris said, the Supreme Court reversed the matter and remanded it for the attorney's fees. If you look at what the Court of Appeals said and what Judge Bixler did, he said $2,500 legal fees. There were two defendants in that case. One defendant has already settled. There is no issue as to whether it's a question of whether or not the settlement by one defendant has settled the whole issue of legal fees. So the matter of there is no specific amounts in the judgments to say Mr. Franklin should pay X and Mr. Casal should pay Y.
Okay.
So there is an issue here, and $2,500, is he obligated to pay 200 of it, 500 of it? There is no indication there.
Right.
And to have the court go back over a whole year, this has been going on for several years now, to run his fees up again and I think the court should really, to save time and everything in this court, should just rule that there was, that legal fees has been settled back, paid and settled in Mr. Casal's settlement and be done with it.
What? Well, I'm not going to do that because the Nevada Supreme Court specifically remanded it to me for consideration of that issue, and that hasn't been briefed to me. So if you want to brief that issue, I'll allow you to brief it. But what I'll give you is, so what I'm going to do is do a 2-week deadline to file the motion on that. Would you like to file the motion or would you like to oppose it? Because he has to, the matter's been remanded to do attorney's fees. You're the one who requested attorney's fees.
Originally, yeah, it's my motion.
So,
originally.
At this point, I would do in 2 weeks, you can file them. You have 2 weeks to file your motion for attorney's fees in this case. And you can take that 2 weeks. You can file a motion if you want in 2 weeks, but 2 weeks is the deadline.
Because since he's the one asking for it, and you're on to save Mr. Franklin time and money, but we just have the matter resolved on paper rather than having.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you wanted to just send me a stipend order saying it's dismissed, that's fine too. But if you, I don't need to have a hearing if that's what you're asking. So the motion would just be say no hearing requested, and you would, if the motion says no hearing requested and you say that in your opposition as well, then it won't, then you don't have to come back for a hearing. I'll just do it on papers. So, okay, but 2 weeks from today for the motion to be filed on attorney's fees.
I have to respond as a regular.
It'll just be normal, it's 14 days, and then he'll have 7 days for the reply.
At that time, if a hearing is decided, if the hearing is determined to be required, then we can set it at that time.
Yeah. All right. Thank you very much.
Your Honor, have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Page 3.